It's the was I wish. Like she taught why this. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a lisp or something. I don't know if she may be on the spectrum. I'm trying to fuck Satan. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying, oh yeah, like I'm tall and and that dark hair and with them big ass circles in their ears. Bagels looking like shit, bro. I see what you're saying, but you look like you kind of teetering on the line. Like I don't know, you might go on the other side. You see what I'm saying? If that's you, but just moving as if you just one iced latte away from being on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Yo, can men and women just be friends? Fuck all that talking shit. Let's go straight to the video. Play.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
I don't give a if she was a homie. But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life.
I feel that. Don't mess with my money. That's my likelihood. Yo, you know a man's true feelings and how he really is when he's broke. The most unhappiest people on the planet are broke. It's real shit.
Men and women cannot just be friends. 3, 2, 1.
Cannot just be friends.
He's still deciding, but I'll go ahead. There's always this underlying current to a man and a woman when they're just friends, because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And men, as you know, you guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend, sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable. And maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if the man is like not attracted to women? Just like generally, do you think that's still?
You mean if they take a
I ain't gonna lie. Auntie in the corner kind of speaking some facts though. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy how the oldest one actually knows what she's talking about. I guess, I don't know.
Like a gay man and
sexual orientation
and a woman being friends.
Well, I think that's different, perhaps because they're attracted to men. So in that moment, they have taken on the feminine energy.
So they only want to conquer the men, not the women.
Well, in that, there's always masculine and feminine energy, whether you're a man or woman. So if the man is gay and identifies as being attracted to men, then he's in the feminine energy. Mostly. Now, if there's two of them, there's one that's more masculine and more feminine, but that's...
Why you eyeing her like that?
Two of my best friends are women. We have great times together all the time. Not once have I considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Ever?
No. But that's the thing is, though,
in
that's
their
why...
darkest hour, in your darkest hour, come on.
No.
Because you like, no.
Bro, not trying to ruin friendships. Let's keep it a buck here. And also, if you're not, they have. It's one of y'all has thought about it, okay?
We started off as friends, and this is like I said, I was never attracted to them.
A lot of relationships start like that today, even though I discourage it. They say, I'm not attracted to them, but it'll grow. And I'm always like, it can happen.
It can,
but the odds of it, so I agree with you on that as well.
That's why I'm like, I do understand and I get it, but two of my best friends are women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, you're gonna do, and I'm like, it's not.
You never know. Life is a long time.
Are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
So is he?
Just like generally speaking, like your girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like,
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about intimacy.
Well, that's why.
So you getting played. So you ain't worried about your man.
He's like getting.
That's different.
Doesn't need it, but
that's what I'm saying. But if you was lonely and you wasn't getting it though, and your friend was throwing it
I
at
guess
you,
that's a different situation. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so switch your side. Nigga, you already get emotional.
you belong over
Come
here.
on, man.
Come to the dark side.
If he's not attracted, if we're not attracted, it's just friends.
Yeah.
As a straight, very monogamous man, I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women. I've never been like a bro, rah, 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 that type of thing. So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I see what you're saying, but you look like you kind of teetering on the line. Like, I don't know, you might go on the other side. You know what I'm saying? If that's you, but just moving as if you just one iced latte away from being on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Because we're men and women. We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
So my perspective is from kind of a Christian worldview. I believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction, to be one. And so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had some extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around their family, around kids, what they do for work, what they do for school, developing that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, you know, she's just a body. Yeah.
That's not just bro.
You develop that emotional attraction, that emotional
Which is why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark
Can you not?
side.
I would ask.
Because I completely agree with you on that. From
Can
the
you
same
love-
Christian standpoint, 100%.
Wait, hold up.
Don't you dare ever. Don't you dare ever. You're not cut like that. Don't ever do that shit in your life, okay?
I would date someone I do not find physically attractive.
I know all the women
3,
go move over.
2,
It's okay.
1.
Ah, man. Like, you want to say something first?
Let's see.
I do it all the time because there's a
Just keep it at a buck.
there's a lot you don't just from the physicalness. It's like sometimes there's some people that I learned just by not going in based off physical attractionness. I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality, and you know, looks can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite end, where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on a date with.
I feel like you can definitely not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get I feel like at that point, like once I like someone's personality romantically, I probably also think they're attractive.
I would say that for some, you know, it's not a reflection on your character. How weighted appearance versus personality might be, it differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences, and I think that a certain element of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the whole package by any means.
Right.
It's
the very first impression you get of most people.
Yes.
Because like, you meet someone and you can't hear their voice first thing most of the time, you just see them. And you're like, oh, that person's attractive, or like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody. But me personally, I would not be with someone I don't find attractive.
So
that's true.
So I gotta give context here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, then,
that's true.
Then, cause I met a girl that had nice pictures, but then when I seen her in person, she was a little bit bigger than I prefer, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, everyone
Bro's trying not. He not trying to get canceled.
can have nice pictures today.
Now, there's nothing wrong with being a bit bigger, but for preference sake, I wasn't really
Not
feeling
my body.
it, but her personality is what got me. And then I started entertaining it. So, right, even though I got catfished, I actually considered, you know, taking her seriously.
And I also date, like, sometimes I really try this because it's led to some great people I've got to meet along the way. I will date outside of my preferences just to see what that's like.
If you're not initially attracted to that person and have a strong sexual attraction, then it's not going to work, because we know that relationships get worse, not better. That's like, I don't know, I think it's a recipe for a disaster.
Cheating is the worst
married?
thing my partner could do to me. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, what's worse? Please tell me what's worse than cheating.
I feel like there's like probably worse things like in theory that a partner could do to their partner, but just because that's such an important aspect for me, and like I feel like my partners in the past have like been very aware that was like something that I actively would not do. I feel like that would just that adds like an extra element of evil to it.
I mean, my mind goes to marriage. I mean, you know, when you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything, through highs and lows. And I mean, if you do something like cheating, it's basically like, screw this love, this wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God mean nothing.
Deadass, you taking all that shit back.
For a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating. I mean,
100%. And it's one of the 10 commandments too. It's like, do not commit adultery. So that is definitely the worst thing, because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically, there's worse things like they could kill you, which would probably be the.
Yeah, I was thinking that too,
like,
but
you're not even in the picture.
You belong over here.
So I'm kind of like, but I would say that would like destroy me, and I would never even think about something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I was actually cheated on a few, like 4 or 5 months ago. I struggled with self-esteem so much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. That destroyed any chance I had at self-love at that time, and it was just devastating for me. Like, it really was just devastating, because it didn't just destroy that relationship, it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had built up based on other people's validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah, so that's why I'm over here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is f***ed up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown that. Bro, I had over $250,000 stolen from me this year, bro. And that put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine, if my partner stole that money from me, or she was just a homie, I'd be more mad about the money. You feel me, right?
I
understand that.
To be stolen.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
But because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so I don't give a f if she was a homie. If she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that'll fix my life.
I'm gonna have to tap into it, bro.
So my whole thing is, when we talking about the prom, is cheating the worst thing that a partner could do for me? I've been cheated on before. The first time I
it's
was
that
cheated
good?
on, bro, I was petty. I was in high school, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna have to watch it,
bro.
bro. I might watch it like tomorrow or something,
You
bro.
know what I mean? Right?
Like,
Yeah, I was vengeful.
I'm gonna have to tap
now
in.
I just be like, so many people do it. There's worse
Overall
things.
good.
Like if you
Okay,
kill my
bet.
mom, I'd be more mad rather than you f***ing a homie.
Okay.
Sanctity of marriage is supposed to be till death do us part. That doesn't mean if your carnal flesh gave in and you had, an indiscretion that you're able to
So she
hit the door
cheated.
running. No, that
cheated.
means there's work to be done. We have problems. For me, I think it actually can be the
What? Yo, wait a second. She's talking about, she says when you get cheated on, that means there's a sign that there's more work to be done. No, there's not. What are you talking about? There's work to be done. You need to leave. Pack your shit up and go. You think cheating means that, okay, that means something happened one time. No. You are actually crazy, out of your mind. I'm not letting that happen. I'm done. You don't respect yourself if you allow cheating, bro. That's real shit.
thing because it's a sign that there is a huge
See, everybody
problem
looking at
in
her
the
like, yo, you're bugging.
relationship that needs fixed. Most sex is not emotional.
So you'd pimp your girlfriend out? You're crazy. Knowing that other niggas is just, like, nigga, like, I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
So it's just a bodily act that animals do, and you're going to blow up a marriage or a relationship with children.
She can't be married.
Over sex. To me, I think that is ridiculous.
But
and
sex-
shows-
You could say
You rather play, so you'd play, so if your girl was like a top tier OF star, you're happy. Like, you think you found the one. You found your wife. You found the one you want to show your mom.
that about the person
That's
doing
crazy.
the cheating too.
I've been cheated on, so I have been cheated on.
Well, so you think that's something you could like, you have gotten over it?
I have gotten over it. If my husband cheats on me, of course I'd be devastated. I'm human.
I was gonna say.
too, but I'd be like, damn, like, what's the problem here? What's the issue?
See, but that's-
and can we
Why don't you
solve?
just talk? Like
Well,
if you guys are
yeah.
married and you have that emotional
I feel like there's like
relationship,
there's things before that.
happen though. We know that people don't.
I think we should work to changing that.
We should,
Instead
but
of
that doesn't mean
accepting-
I'm going to unconditionally love you just because you went and had an indiscretion. I wouldn't do that to my son. My son F's up all the time and does crazy shit. I'm like, where on God's green earth did you learn
Yeah,
that?
you're
That
thinking
doesn't mean
different, bro.
stopped
I might have to learn tips from you, bro. No cap.
loving him.
For men, I feel like we take cheating a lot more personally
We
as
do.
opposed to women. It
I
comes
think
with to the ego.
People's boundaries are all different. So if you have perhaps been with no or less partners and then you get married, to learn that that person cheated would be more devastating to someone who's had maybe a lot of relationship experience and therefore that's more of an active part in their life. So I think that everyone's boundaries are different. So for some people, I have seen them get over it. I know for me personally, I would say that I'm a woman that would take that devastatingly seriously and would not look lightly at it. So it depends on the person's boundaries.
If you had children and if you had a family involved, you would break up your family over a man's one-time indiscretion.
Yes.
That would adversely affect your child and possibly send her to the stripper pole.
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable answering that question because I feel like it's making a lot of.
That
But
feels
this
like
is what
an escalation
happens.
a
This is
little
But
what
I
happens.
feel like that
We don't
that
want to
just
answer
shows
those questions, but
that shows
I
an
would say
example
yes.
onto the kids, like, oh, this is not that bad of a thing.
Yeah, and I think that like somebody cheating on you is more than just like a physical thing. Like that's a break of trust, and I feel like if you can't have that trust in someone, then I also like raising my kids with me.
So we're all saying that love is conditional is the end of
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
Monogamy is
That's true. Love is conditional. That's facts. The only person who could give you literal unconditional love is your parents and God. I'm so serious. Nobody else can give you that.
overrated. 3, 2, 1.
monogamy is overrated.
Oh, he's the polyamorous dude.
Of course. Come on, man, get over here, get your foot over here. You know you belong here. At least
I know. We're like,
Think about it.
we're like in a second.
Think about it.
We're taught from the Disney, all these fairy tales, it's like you're supposed to be with that one and only, you know? So it's very frightening to break something traditional, but after a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice.
That is
I've been in
crazy.
the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3 years with my primary partner. As well as my 2-year anniversary with my secondary partner. But it's like, you know, I do think that monogamy is kind of overrated. I don't think that there's anything like wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But I do think that non-monogamy and poly relationships should be something that like it's looked at as an option.
I think nowadays I know more open relationships than I do strictly closed relationships with the people that I know. I would say I disagree that monogamy is overrated, but I do agree that for some people like yourself, poly relationships work better. So I don't look down upon them. I think whatever works for you works for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I can still say that for like someone like myself or people that are similarly just very focused and have like strict kind of like I just can't ever. Oh my God, I could never imagine more than like one person.
It's a lot. It
depends
takes
on
a
the
lot.
person,
Yeah.
so therefore I don't think monogamy is overrated. I think it depends on the person, and I think for me it's definitely not.
That's
the only
overrated.
option. For you, poly is like the right way. So it just depends. I'm completely non-judgmental. I think it just depends.
I just want to say, I don't mind monogamy, right? I just don't like a controlling relationship where it's completely like, no, you can't f nobody else, but at the same time, you want to f me once or twice a month. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, fair enough.
Exactly.
I understand that. I
so-
understand that.
So, you know, me and my ex was together for 5 years. I actually broke up with her in April, but for 2.5 years out that relationship, we was barely for like maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Then I moved her in the crib, and then when I moved her in the house, for the whole first year of her living in the house, she just didn't want to have sex.
That's
and shit.
right.
Now we had an agreement that we had agreed on where we could do various things that we just didn't want to know about and stuff like that, right? And because you wasn't me and like that, I was handling the agreement, like I was following the agreement. But
Heard
because
you
of
got
those
a rat
certain things
tail? That's false. I don't have that.
that wasn't
Hell no.
necessarily 100% out there, that created complications in the relationship to the point that it ended up to us breaking up.
I think it's definitely like it has a place like for certain people. Like obviously we have 2 people who are like very religious here, and it works well for them. And I just think like if I was in an open relationship, I would go crazy. Like even when I'm in like a normal relationship where it's like I don't expect them to cheat on me, I'm still like
Thinking about it.
Suspect.
yeah. So I just like if I can't imagine a world where I would agree with that. And also before I had like loved someone or like dated anybody,
Before?
I was like, oh no, I could totally be in an open relationship. And then I actually did, and I was like, oh,
Are you
Never
a very
mind.
sexual person? Just curious though.
like kind of.
Kind of.
Sure.
She's
yeah.
like, yeah.
So if your partner was very sexual too, and he's like, baby, like I want to be with you, but you always just shut him down because you ain't in the mood.
I don't. That's like never happened.
Oh,
I don't
well,
think.
okay, but I'm just
like I
saying,
just
like-
feel like that's like not. That's like personally for me not an issue.
Bitch
But also,
ass.
I don't know. I think that just.
It's the was like this. Like she taught why this. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a lisp or something. I don't know if she may be on the spectrum, but you know,
Maybe
who
a
knows?
conversation if there was like an imbalance. But also, I think there's different things that make people compatible as partners, and that's definitely one of them.
What he's saying is the cry of many men.
Now she sound like she say friends with a W. Friends.
And today
She talk like she
is that they're not getting enough sex from their partner. And not just sex. It's not like men are like, oh, I'm heartless.
That connection.
But listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex. And people get married and then fuck around. It's like, just don't get married then. And
Facts.
stay like this boy, dates and anniversaries
Y'all
every
two are my
damn month.
people. I
3
swear to
years,
God. Y'all
2
two are
years.
my people.
Next month is his 1 year anniversary with partner number 3. Like just, you know what I mean?
Come
Just
on.
be out there doing your dates.
Come on, listen to
Does that
Auntie.
make sense?
By the end of the day, nobody should dictate your relationship because everyone's gonna try to push what they think works for,
Yeah.
this is what's best for you. Like, I'm over it. I'm like, why? So I can be frustrated and pissed off and like, I've tried it. To me, it did not work.
I want to take perspective because, Christian, I'm going to take perspective that's a little away from my biblical views. And no disrespect, but I do think polygamy is just laziness.
Not polygamy. This is polyamory. Polygamy is when it's multiple wives, just one person.
I see that as laziness, that you don't want to commit to someone in the hard times. Like you were talking about a little bit about, well, they're not getting fulfilled sexually, so why not find it somewhere else? Yeah. Why not just do the hard work to work on your relationship?
I agree with
I was ready for this question.
And I mean, there's such a emotional, there's a psychological just importance in being with one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pair bonding.
So then why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
Why do we have such a high divorce rate?
Why are people still cheating? Why is open?
Because they're not. Because our country, I think, is lazy. We don't want to have these hard conversations of maybe we should go to therapy, maybe we should try to get help because we love one another. It's like, nah,
or
I
even
can go
to
get
talk
this.
about it, period. Just to talk about it, right?
So me and my ex, we actually did couples therapy because again, we was barely for like 2.5 years, bro. We went to couples therapy. Next thing you know, everything was great for like a month. And then one day she just blew up. She said, man, I still don't feel like you, this and that. Like she went in, bro. You know what I mean?
See, like, what are you doing?
There was a point in my relationship where it really just came to the point like, baby, I love everything else about you. You know what I mean, right? This area sucks. Are you still attracted to me? She said, yes, I'm still attracted to you, right? Well, here's the thing. If you just don't want to have sex with me, right? Go somebody do this. I don't give a Let's have that conversation, right? Because I get everything else I want from you anyways. I was open to the idea. I want to be with my woman.
That's crazy.
But if you don't want to do this,
that's weird.
Yeah,
You're on the same page.
I mean, I understand the importance of sex, but there's self-sacrifice in every relationship you need to make. If you're happy with her and everything she had, but you also have a value on sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
But the thing was, did I want to go look for greener grass, or did I just want to water my own grass? I just stuck it out for 5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes there's like one thing that's not there and that sucks. But it's like especially if that other person, that's something that they prioritize.
Awesome.
Like personally, if my partner was like, oh, like I love like everything about you, but like this is not compatible, and they wanted to go sleep with other people, like that would make me feel so bad about myself.
And that's why you do what works for you.
That's why you do what
I'm
works
just saying
for
like that's like a compatibility issue then, I think, because I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I don't know how she feels, but if I were in that scenario, I just like that just would make me so sad, even though it's it's none of your fault that there's that imbalance.
The comments gonna talk so much shit.
Yeah, they
right.
They're gonna be like, he's a
the day
slut,
I
he's
broke up with my
awful.
girl, bro, she told me like, I won't say everything. The day I broke up with my girl, she said, man,
I can tell it still hurts, bro.
I just be counting down the days. Like, we had sex in like 12 days. I gotta go have sex with y'all. Otherwise, Ashley gonna get mad, you know what I mean, right? And I'm hearing all this shit, right? You know what I mean? So she said a bunch, and I felt like I had to break up with her, right?
Yeah, no, that's
did not want to. I feel like I had to.
Yeah, that would definitely take a toll on you.
That's
out of respect for
I think
yourself.
all this goes back to clear communication, because if I don't think that cheating means that polyamory would actually be the solution to that. I think that it goes back to your values and works for you. And I think that I would maybe venture to say that more people might be poly than are exploring that right now. And still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all what works for you.
I would date someone in this room. 3, 2, 1.
All disagree.
What? I don't know these people.
Look.
He was over here. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, I was like, he already said what to do anyway.
The energy is cool.
You just have to have a pulse, and we'll go out with you.
That's not how that is.
Hey, wow.
Like perfect example, right? Like Janelle, she got good energy,
Bro
right?
just found a crush on somebody.
I imagine Janelle might be the coolest person. Next thing you know, you start getting to know her, she might be crazy. It'd be like, then you come over here all of a sudden.
Generally, the few people I've been attracted to, they look like Tim Burton dolls, or just like weird goth people. Yeah, just like weird goth people. So like, it's just coincidence. It's very rare that I see these people. So it's not a personal thing.
Sir?
My girlfriend would kill me, and
Oh, okay, bro, gotta go.
I like to think I'm pretty picky, so.
But am I not your type though?
I was gonna say
Y'all
she
make
is
no
not
sense how to
God. She's like a, what's it called? Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. You trying to fuck Satan? That's what I'm saying. Like, You saying, oh yeah, like I'm tall and and that dark hair and with them big ass circles in their ears, bagels looking like shit, bro. No, you trying to fuck Satan, bro. Fuck out of my face.
Say it. I don't
Crazy
know.
ass.
So you my good side.
Okay.
I told you. That nigga was one iced latte away from being gay, bro. I knew it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, for me, beliefs are extremely important.
Damn, they just found a
I mean,
match.
I ain't trying to get all flirty, but you are also very gorgeous.
OD.
Send us a wedding invitation.
But no, beliefs are very important within relationships. I think I look into, obviously I have a desire to be a husband and one day be a father, and I think if you have difference in beliefs, it's very hard to raise coherently.
Absolutely.
I think
I'm
that
not.
just is
No.
extremely important.
Okay. No, I think at the end of the day, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment what you like most about the video. It's your boy Kiddabsolute, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Trying to fuck Satan.